Hello and welcome. My name is Matthew Newman, County Extension Department Head for the Monmouth Rutgers Cooperative Extension Office, and it is my pleasure to welcome all of you here tonight for our first ever virtual cross-department virtual program, Bringing Home the Harvest, Session 1, Intro to Monmouth RCE Agritourism in Monmouth County. Tonight is the first session of this four-part series. Tonight's focus will be an introduction to Rutgers Cooperative Extension, and an overview of agritourism in Monmouth County. As you can see on your screens, we have a fairly ambitious agenda here tonight. We do hope to stay on time and on task. So to begin tonight, what is Cooperative Extension and what is the connection here in New Jersey to Rutgers University? In many ways, the story of Cooperative Extension is the story of modern America. Even in the midst of such terrible times as the American Civil War, leaders understood the transformative nature of education and how knowledge can positively improve lives. Through the Morrill Act, each state in the Union was granted a land-grant university. For those of us here in New Jersey, Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, is not only the state's largest institution for higher education, but it is also our land-grant university. Beyond the campus-based academics, there is a large component of Rutgers that is solely dedicated to serving the needs of New Jersey residents through research and outreach. In 1914, recognizing just how impactful the land-grant universities were, legislation was passed to extend the knowledge even further through the Cooperative Extension Service. Known as Rutgers, New Jersey Agricultural Experiment Station, with units of cooperative extension and research, we have been addressing the needs of New Jersey residents, communities, and businesses for over a century. And here in Monmouth County, we do have a proud legacy of our Rutgers Cooperative Extension Office and the people we serve. In point of fact, a little history for you of what that legacy is. It was on April 1st, 1914, that the Monmouth County Board of Chosen Freeholders voted for an appropriation that made possible the beginning of extension work here in Monmouth County. William B. Dury, pictured there on your screen, sees the gentleman on the right, was appointed the first county agent of Monmouth. His appointment as the Monmouth agent was also the first appointment of an agriculture agent in the whole state of New Jersey. He would eventually go on to be one of the earliest New Jersey secretaries of agriculture. Secretary Dury had many firsts in New Jersey agriculture. As already mentioned, he was the first agricultural agent in New Jersey. Before that appointment, he was also the first vocational agricultural teacher in the state. And then, of course, in 1925, he was named Secretary of Agriculture. And we hope that even today, this tradition of first continues. As far as we're aware, what you're participating in here this evening is the first virtual cross-departmental series that we're very happy and very proud to be able to provide all of you here tonight. Monmouth Rutgers Cooperative Extension is home to the following departments: Agriculture and Natural Resources / Master Gardeners, Family and Community Health Sciences, and 4-H Youth Development. Though we do have 3 separate departments, we believe in a philosophy of collaboration and cooperative. And we believe that teamwork makes the dream work. And we're happy to be able to provide the residents of Monmouth County programs that are not just one department focused, but rather a collaboration between ourselves here in the office. But then beyond our office, we also have a broad network of community partners. Pictured on your screen are just a handful of some of them, and we'll actually hear from a couple of them here tonight. So, on that note, I am going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to introduce my friend and colleague, Mr. Bill Errickson, who will speak to all of you about agricultural department here in Monmouth Cooperative Extension. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Matt. Thank you for the introduction. And so I am the county agent for the Agriculture and Natural Resources Department. And our programs are focused on agriculture and horticulture, especially in Monmouth County. We help both residential and commercial clientele. Myself, I'm more involved with helping the commercial operators, whereas our master gardeners do a great job for working with homeowners. And we deal with everything from soil and pest management issues, regulatory issues, helping you navigate a business plan, helping with farmer grants and things. So we're sort of one-stop shopping for all of your agricultural needs and your connection to Rutgers University. And so this tradition of extension agents has continued for many years, as Matt mentioned, and it's our job to get out into the field and to communicate scientific knowledge from Rutgers. So the latest research, the latest educational materials, we want to share those with our growers in the field so they have the best resources available. And at the same time, it's equally important when we're going out into the field to listen to the needs of the people who are working in our community. And these needs can change. If you think about how agriculture has changed in Monmouth County just in our lifetime, or in the past 100 years, or 3 or 4 generations ago, the needs change fairly quickly sometimes, and we have to be there to address them and to learn what's happening in the field. So one of the major things that we focus on is helping interpret soil tests, helping you to take an accurate soil test and understand what it means. So we work with the Rutgers Soil Testing Lab to get you customized recommendations for your lawn, your vegetable garden, fruit trees, ornamental trees, any of the plants that you're growing in your yard. It all starts with the soil. So trying to optimize the nutrition, get things in balance. We're here to help you with that. Okay, this next one is a fun and interactive slide. So if you can identify any one of these pest or disease problems, please go ahead and enter that into the chat box. So if you know one of these or 2 of these, that's great. If you know all 4, you're going to get a gold star. So this is something that we do. We get calls from growers regularly and from homeowners to identify pests, or maybe they know what pest is causing the problem and they're looking for what to do about it. And sometimes we have new pests coming in from new areas, or maybe somebody's growing a new crop and they're not familiar with the diseases that are associated with it. So pest number 1, this is the spotted lanternfly. This is an invasive pest that's new to Monmouth County, and there's actually a statewide monitoring program to keep an eye on where this pest is. So it's just starting to show up. This is a very important one that everyone should be familiar with. And if you see this on your property, you should take a picture. You should call our office. You should try to capture these. So we don't want these spreading in our county. So keep an eye out for that one. Number 2, if anybody has grown tomatoes, this should be an easy one. This is the tomato hornworm. So you may have seen those. It's a 3 to 4 inch long green worm that loves tomatoes. Number 3 is a little trickier. This is boxwood blight. So many people have boxwoods growing, great ornamental hedge plant, but recently in New Jersey, boxwood blight has been showing up. It can be very devastating, and there are sort of strict removal protocols in order to clean up your site and remove the soil that's surrounding it. So this one is can be very serious and debilitating. So if you think you have this, give us a call. And number 4, you might think this is some new insect coming into the county as well, but if you've seen this on arborvitaes, you would know that this is a very favored food of deer. So we have very high deer pressure, and we can help you to look at control measures, fencing, deer-resistant plants, ways to deal with any of these issues. So if you got 4 out of 4, good job, and come and volunteer with us. So we try to share this information as well when we know what the issues are. We can put out fact sheets and educational materials that are based in science and can help you to learn what to do with some of these issues. Starting vegetables indoors is one example. And then on the right, this is a fact sheet that was actually written by my predecessor, Rich Obel, Monmouth County agricultural agent in nursery before me. So he wrote a great fact sheet on roses, and we're still using it today. So great information. You can find all of this online or contact our office. We also have 2 agricultural research field stations right in Monmouth County. So these are field stations where Rutgers research is occurring. The first one is in Adelphia. This is mostly turfgrass research. And the second one is in Cream Ridge. So there's a great hazelnut project going on out there. You can see our freeholders with Dr. Tom Molnar and his team and the Grown in Monmouth team. out at Cream Ridge. And then one of our newer projects is a movable high tunnel project out there. So season extension, and these tunnels are on rails and you can slide them onto different portions of the field to protect the crops in different times of the year. So some really interesting stuff happening at the Cream Ridge Field Station. And we put on educational programs every year to provide pesticide credits for commercial growers, keep their certifications current. Beginner farmer training programs are coming right up, and we try to meet the needs and deliver the most recent information for any of these workshops. Matt had mentioned many of our collaborators, so part of this is just keeping these conversations going and learning from different aspects of agriculture in different parts of the state and communicating all of this to one another. So thank you, everyone. If you need anything, my email address, feel free to reach out to me and we'll get you the information you need. So I'm going to stop sharing and pass it back over to Matt.
And thank you, Bill. That was great. And that was a fun activity too. I would not have passed, to be honest. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for that. I would like now to introduce our horticulturalist, Diane Larson, who will be sharing and showcasing our Master Gardener program. So hi, Diane.
Hi, Matt.
I'll try and remember to mute myself so I don't interrupt your presentation like I did Bill's.
That's okay. Thank you. Okay, so thank you for having me. I'm going to be talking about the Master Gardener program in Monmouth County. I'm Diane Larson. I'm the county horticulturist and the Master Gardener coordinator in Monmouth County. Here's my email address at the bottom. If you have any questions about horticulture or the Master Gardener program in Monmouth County, please feel free to contact me. The mission of Master Gardeners is to deliver horticulture programs and information to the general public. So education and outreach, that's our mission. And what our goal is to train people that come and take the program in order so that they could go out and educate other people about good gardening practices. There is no requirement to be a Master Gardener. You don't even have to be an experienced gardener, but you do have to want to volunteer because it is a volunteer program. You'll need to attend all the classes, and in Monmouth County, our classes run from February through May, and we meet Tuesday and Thursday mornings. When the classes are done at the end of May, you will volunteer at least 60 hours in order to become certified as a Master Gardener. 20 of these hours will be in the agriculture building. We have a helpline office where you'll be answering garden questions from the public. And then the other 40 are doing community outreach. Unfortunately, this year, obviously, we did not get through our classes in person. I will not be holding a class next year in person, and there will be no counties in the state that will hold in-person Master Gardener classes next year. However, we are working on an online gardening class that we hope to put out there, hopefully at the beginning of the winter. So look for that if you're interested. We've had a Master Gardener program in Monmouth County since 1999. As of last year, there were 254 active Master Gardeners in the county. Of those 254 Master Gardeners in the county, they volunteered over 20,000 hours in community outreach last year alone. As I mentioned before, some of the helpline hours have to be done in the office, and we also have helpline tables at many events out in the county. Earth Day celebrations, town fairs. We'll have a helpline table where we answer garden questions there as well. So last year we were at 33 off-site events where we answered over 500 questions from the public. And in the office, we answered almost 2,000 questions from the public on gardening in the office. This is just a slide of our year of outreach. These are just the major highlights of our year, but in between there, we have so much going on with community outreach besides these events. Starting in March, we have our Home Garden Symposium. It's a full day on a Saturday in March where the Master Gardeners give gardening classes all day long. In April, we host about 100 teachers from around the state at a school garden conference, and we help them to incorporate school gardening into their curriculum. Starting in May and going through June, we have our Junior Master Gardener classes. I'm going to be talking about that in a couple minutes. In May, we have our Spring Garden Days, and that's a Friday and Saturday in May. It's our plant sale. But besides selling plants, we have free classes all day gardening classes. And we also give tours of the many educational display gardens that the Master Gardeners have created at the Agriculture Building in Freehold. In July, you'll find us at a display at the Monmouth County Fair. And then in August, we have Bugs, Birds, and Beyond, a children's insect festival, which I'll be talking about as well in a couple minutes. Of our on-site gardens, we have what we call a PAR garden, which stands for Plant a Row for the Hungry Garden. It's also a designated USDA People's Garden. And this is a 40 by 50 foot plot that the new class takes on every year, and they grow produce in it. They learn a lot how to grow, and everything from that garden is donated to food pantries in Monmouth County. Besides the PAR, we have the Junior Master Gardener Garden, an herb, rain, native, memorial garden, a compost demonstration site, and our newest garden is a pollinator garden, Monarch Way Station. Last year's class in the PAR garden grew over 1,700 pounds of vegetables that they all donated to food pantries. And besides that on-site PAR garden, Master Gardeners are also involved at over 25 different donation garden areas in Monmouth County. It could be a church garden, it could be a food pantry garden, it could be a Feed the Hungry garden. So they are there growing the food, as well as educating people on how to grow, proper ways to grow the vegetables in those garden plots, and then everything is donated to food pantries. So last year, 21,850 pounds of vegetables were grown by Master Gardeners and donated to over 30 food distribution centers in Monmouth County. Our Junior Master Gardener program starts in the spring, and we have 18 kids from 9 to 11. They meet every Saturday morning in the Agriculture Building, and the first part of the class, they're inside for a more formal but hands-on and fun learning experience. Then they go out into that garden. Each kid has a plot, and they grow what they want to grow. And the highlight of their year, as you could see in the top right picture, they harvest their vegetables and they enter them in the Monmouth County Fair. So there you could see a lot of happy kids with a lot of ribbons that they won from entering their food at the fair. Here's some fair pictures. Top right, we had a couple years ago a pollinator display encouraging people to grow pollination plants. And last year is at the bottom. We were celebrating the 50th anniversary of Woodstock, so we went with the flower power theme. And then we also have Ask a Master Gardener booth, helpline booth. August, we see Bugs, Birds, and Beyond, and that's in cooperation with 4-H. It's a full day of fun. We get about 1,000 people in one afternoon. We have programs and activities inside the Agriculture Building and all around the Agriculture Building, shows. We get birds to come in. We've even had Jenkinson's Aquarium brought a sloth a couple years ago. It's really a lot of fun. We have a butterfly tent at the end of the day. We release all the butterflies. And at the bottom left, yes, we've even had cockroach races with our Madagascar cockroaches, and the kids love it. One of our big committees that focuses on outreach is our Horticulture Enrichment Committee. These are volunteers that go into senior centers and rehabilitation facilities and present activities to the residents there that are of a therapeutic nature. So these hands-on activities are really important for the residents, and they're really appreciated. Last year, we had 21 programs. Between our Speakers Bureau, our Compost Committee, and our School Programs Committee, we're out in the public formally educating the public with classes. So between these three committees, last year we had 116 speaking engagements, and we have with over 4,000 adults and youth in attendance. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for listening to me. And if you would like any more information on the Rutgers Master Gardener Program, there's the website below that will give you information on Monmouth County's program, as well as the other ones around the state. So have a good night.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
That's very informative. I'm now going to ask Rachel Tansey to join us and introduce herself. And as she's doing that, I'm going to pull up her slideshow. Hi, Rachel.
Howdy, how are you?
Very good.
Lovely, thank you. So my name is Rachel Tansey, and I am the Family and Community Health Sciences nutrition type educator in Monmouth County, along with a colleague, Cherise Porter. On this slide here, we just have the website for you if you do look for more information. This is a little video that I thought might be just fun and different for you all to see that we've put together in our department. Maybe Matt, you could play that for us. That would help describe and give everybody understanding of who we are.
Yep, give me 1 second. I just got to pull it up on my screen here. There's a lot of moving wheels tonight, isn't there?
I appreciate you helping out.
There we go.
Family and Community Health Sciences, or FCHS, is part
Oh,
of
actually,
Cooperative Extension.
sorry. There's a cardinal rule when we're sharing our videos. We need to optimize it so that you can hear. So let me try that one more time. Thank you all for your patience here tonight. Let's try. There we go. Let's try this one more time.
Community Health Sciences, or FCHS, is part of Rutgers Cooperative Extension. We work in your neighborhood to promote healthy families, schools, and communities. Through leadership, collaborative efforts, and science-based education, we foster a culture of health and wellness for New Jersey residents of all ages. Collaborating to support breastfeeding-friendly hospitals in New Jersey, learning healthy habits early. Administrators say that FCHS improves the wellness culture in their schools through increased involvement by the whole school community. Teachers find that FCHS training offers them new strategies for hands-on active learning and real-world applications that bring academic subjects to life and develop students' critical thinking skills. School nurses note that children who eat well and move more are healthier, and healthier children are absent less and do better in school. As a result of FCHS training, school nutrition professionals observe that children are adopting healthier eating habits. FCHS helps school nutrition professionals comply with USDA guidelines and improve their bottom line by reducing plate waste and increasing acceptance of new, healthier menu items. The Seeds to Success Youth Farm Stand Project provides workforce preparedness and life skills training for youth and also helps support the local economy. Families learn to prepare safe and healthful meals. Participants in FCHS programming that promotes family meals share more meals as a family, eat less junk food, and make more healthful choices. Children who share family meals participate in less risky behaviors such as drug and alcohol use. Worksite wellness programs reduce healthcare costs and increase employee attendance and productivity. Employers and their employees are working together to create a healthier environment, not only at the worksite, but also at home for their families. Older adults learn to eat healthier and maintain a healthy weight to reduce the risk of developing chronic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and some types of cancer. Early prevention, good nutrition, and physical activity can help maintain an optimum quality of life for older adults. Family and Community Health Sciences, promoting healthy families, schools, and communities.
Great, thank you, Matt. Just jump back to my slides. So that was just a little overview of our department and what we do as a whole. We do nutrition education, health and wellness for all walks of life, any age, anywhere, all throughout the county and the state and beyond. So these pictures here are just showing some of our youth programs. We've often gone into schools to just teach them what a healthy snack is. You can see the picture in the middle there with our teacher. She was very happy to partake and enjoy a little silly face healthy wrap and make one herself. We have, some of the other pictures here where they've made healthy trail mix. We've had healthy salsas, even learning just how some basic cooking techniques like cooking eggs and things like that. On the next slide here, we have some of our other activities. We've partnered with the Monmouth County Board of Agriculture, not this past summer, unfortunately, the summer prior to that. If you were lucky enough to attend the fair, this was one of the main attractions over in their tent. We had some interns coming in and creating new fun ways on how to identify different plants that fruits and vegetables grow off of. So as you can see in some of the pictures, they were able to identify and show any young children or anyone really who was interested, what the plant might be and what type of produce or fruit or vegetable might be growing on each. And then we had little information cards to give them a little fun fact about something that, they saw. Here we have some more program that we've done. The bottom right picture is our program called Bountiful Boxes. We had done a food drive and had a group of students come in and weigh the food, count the food, and then create about 20 or so boxes that were to be distributed to our local food pantry for the needy. We've had family nights where in the upper right-hand corner, we've talked to different schools and different families about how to be more health conscious and create different nutrition environments for your students and your children, not only at home, but also what they're bringing to school. The center picture is one of our interns who was helping teach students about portion control and, how to really identify sort of easy ways using a baseball or, their fist or something like that to know what the proper portions should be. And we've also talked and shown some of our young students how to grow their own food and what it tastes like and create different recipes in the classroom so that we can make sure that we are, having the full gamut of where it grows from and then how do we eat it. Here are some of our programs that we really have geared towards our adult, although all audiences can jump on board. These are our new virtual programs. Some have been going on for quite a few years, but now that we've sort of joined the virtual world during this pandemic, we have quite a few newsletters that go out to our Healthy on the Job newsletter. On the top left is a newsletter that goes out to over 6,000 residents in the state. The top right picture is just a sample of a text message program that we have that's roughly 300 to 400 participants at this point, where they receive text messages every week, either promoting our wellness programs or just a healthy little tidbit to get them moving or a healthy message of some sort. The bottom right picture, Healthy at Home, is similar to our Healthy on the Job. They're newsletters just to give some information, whether it be about physical activity, benefits of walking, or, healthy information and what to eat and why it would be important to follow that directive. Every Wednesday, we have a Wellness Wednesday with FCHS. So this Wednesday, we actually had Stocking Your Mediterranean Diet with Joanne Kinsey. So every Wednesday, there's a different topic, different ideas. And then the center picture right there, the big red poster, is actually one of our impact posters that we created because Monmouth County employees actually run a fantastic program promoting health and wellness. And we've been able to present this poster with the data from 2019 to different national sites that we are attending and different conferences because they are such an impactful and really conscious of their employees' wellness. And here are some of our new programs that are coming up. Obviously, our Bringing Home the Harvest over there on the left. That's really focusing our Monmouth County crew on trying to incorporate all of our departments, Ag, 4-H, and FCHS, trying to get our programs together. So we're happy that you're able to join us tonight and hopefully join us for their other programs. We have a new program coming up, What's the Catch? One of the other harvest foods that we have in New Jersey is seafood. And we're doing a program on October 14th and the 28th to talk about those topics. And then we have started a new series of healthy aging series. So we have quite a few programs. This is just a sample from October 20th that'll be coming up, and the benefits of safe exercise for older adults. So here's just an overview, as I've mentioned, about the different types of programs that we do in throughout the state. We have different health fairs normally, you know, when we're able to meet in person. Those are really successful. Right now we're doing kind of virtual health fairs, so that's really exciting. And both myself and Charisse at the bottom, those are our emails. So if you ever had any questions, we'd be happy to help. Thanks, Matt. I think I'm going to hand it back over to you, actually, Matt, because I think we're up next.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rachel. That was really informative. So I feel almost in some ways we are almost like in a classroom, and this is like the first day of class, and we're going over the syllabus, and we're all very excited to jump into the actual activities of the class. And I do promise we will get to that point, but if you'll all just indulge me for about 5 more minutes, I'd like to give all of you a brief overview of what 4-H programs in Monmouth County look like. So in 4-H, one of our slogans is learn by doing. It's built on the idea that we can learn best through experiential hands-on learning. But we also have another slogan, make the best better. And if you'll all just bear with me and indulge me for a moment, make the best better almost sounds like rhetorical nonsense. I mean, if it's the best, how can it be better? Well, part of it is the 4-H philosophy about self-improvement and constantly trying to improve oneself. But if we take some liberties, and if we think of, you know, ourselves as a culture and ourselves as a society, what is the best thing that we have to offer? I would argue that it is our youth, there's our young people. And so if we all of a sudden change that quote to make the youth better, to make the best we have in society better, I try to use that as one of my guiding principles in the 4-H delivery program here in Monmouth County. So what is 4-H? About 7 years ago, The Economist, which is a periodical that comes out once a week, had an article about 4-H. It was called Farming as Rocket Science, Why American Agriculture is Different from the European Variety. I'm not going to read the whole article. It's well worth your read, though, if you have the time. What I will share with you, though, is this paragraph here. One youth organization lies behind many thousands of rural rocket launches, the 4-H Club. It's an acronym derived from a pledge involving head, heart, hands, and health. Among city slickers, 4-H is not well known, yet its existence and its history reveal a great deal about America's distinctive views of farming and food. For many, the name conjures up a single image, a farmer's child at the county fair, clad in best blue jeans and cowboy boots, gravely leading livestock round a show ring. Lots of club members do rear and show animals, that is true. One of the sights of an American summer is watching an 11-year-old at a state fair, guiding a half-ton steer past 4-H judges. Now, the part that I really want to bring to your attention, though, is this next sentence right here. But 4-H was born to spread hard science as well as shape character. So earlier in my role as the County Extension Department head, I shared with you a brief history of what Cooperative Extension is nationwide. Well, if you'll all bear with me for one brief moment, I'll share with you a little bit of the history of 4-H. So in the early 1900s, the farmers, they were everywhere, and they were employing unsustainable forms of agriculture. We had a country to feed. That was a problem, and we needed to get food out to the people. But the farmers then were somewhat reluctant and hesitant to take the advice of the scientists and the researchers of yesteryear. So the United States Department of Agriculture said, okay, well, let's try a different route. Let's try with the kids. And so what they did is the 4-H club movement was born from corn clubs. Agents would go and work with youth as they would plant their hybrid seed corn. And all of a sudden, the farmers, old-time farmers, were watching these young people's corn yields outperform their own. So in that sentence that I just shared with you, 4-H was born to spread hard science as well as shape character. That continues today. So as we have here, the mission statement of New Jersey 4-H, I won't read that whole paragraph to you, but I want to point out that sentence there. Regardless of the subject matter, whether it be science, healthy living, or citizenship, 4-H uses a learn by doing approach to help youth learn responsibility, community awareness, and character development. Here's some of the impacts of 4-H nationwide. Research has shown that participation in 4-H youth are 1.9 times more likely to have higher levels of positive youth development. 4-H youth are 2 times as likely to participate in STEM activities. Girls in 4-H are 2 times more likely to plan to pursue science careers. And 4-H youth are 1.7 times as likely to plan to take courses to pursue a career in science, engineering, and technology. Also, 4-Hers are 4 times more likely to give back to their communities, 2 times more likely to make healthier choices, and 2 times more likely to participate in STEM activities. So what do we offer in Monmouth County? Well, the problem with that is I don't know where to even start. We have, if a young person has an interest, we here at the Monmouth County Rutgers Cooperative Extension Office want to work with and through dedicated 4-H adult volunteers to provide those opportunities for them. What you see on your screen is just a small sampling. We have everything from the 4-H that I described earlier of young people showing livestock through show rings, to recreational outdoor multi-day camps, to kayaking, to shooting sports, to equine, to herpetology, to marine science. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And we would be here all night, but I'm watching my clock and we're already running overtime. So let's just cut to the chase. How do we do 4-H here in Monmouth County? Well, we have faculty and staff. I've introduced myself already. My name's Matthew Newman, your county 4-H agent. Virginia Krasinowski is our county 4-H program associate. And we have Claudia Lammers, our 4-H clerk. And pictured with us is, I'm there seen with one of our freeholder liaisons, freeholder Lillian Burry. Virginia is there with Olive Scapp. She's one of our 4-H ambassadors. And Claudia is, well, also there with a family member of hers, her daughter, Claire, and also Naveen Bog, one of our dedicated adult 4-H volunteers. And I wanna, Naveen will serve as a segue to the next slide here. We don't work alone. All those pictures you saw there 2 slides previous to this, I mean, that could not happen with just the 3 of us. We rely on the dedicated, caring, screened, adult trained volunteers that we have in 4-H. And I really wish that I could share with you their stories and their pictures of all of them. There's just so many that we have here in Monmouth County, but we couldn't do what we do without them. So where we find ourselves today though, I mean, the global pandemic has touched all of us. So what we've tried to do as best as we can in this virtual world is to stay relevant to the needs of these young people. So we've done programs via this Zoom platform. And as you can see some of the pictures there, I do want to take a moment though to draw your attention to the middle one. So there's Virginia, who I mentioned earlier. Virginia's spearheaded and led the statewide initiative. We have what are called STEP clubs, which is a short-term experiential program. And Virginia has this program called Globe Tasters. She started that earlier, late spring, early summer, and she's really done a masterful job of fostering a sense of community and belonging, even in a virtual world. So nothing's gonna replace our in-person programs, but through hard work and dedication, we can still do a lot. So join the club. If you're interested in knowing more about 4-H and 4-H opportunities, please check out our website. You can go to the state 4-H website where we have a lot of different opportunities for programs we call 4-H from home. Monmouth County, we have a 4-H Facebook page that we update on a fairly regular basis, or give us a call. We got our phone number right there. Now, working as we do with young people, we appreciate that they sometimes don't have the same attention spans we do, and they've got their own special words that they use when they send, you know, their text messages. So, so all of you can learn some of that lingo here tonight. Too long, didn't read. That's a TLDR. So if you know, you were distracted, something was going on, I don't know, what time is it? Is Jeopardy on right now, or Wheel of Fortune? 4-H youth programs in New Jersey are open to all youth as young as kindergarten all the way up to the first year out of high school, grade 13. Youth programs are always seeking, 4-H youth programs are always seeking dedicated adult 4-H volunteers. 4-H youth programs are experiential. Research shows that people learn best when they learn by doing. The 4-H program year goes from September 1st to August 31st. And just some highlights from our last full program year. We closed out the 2019 year with 393 4-H youth members, 75 appointed 4-H volunteers and leaders, and 26 4-H clubs. So that is, as I said, if this first night of our series, if tonight is like kind of the reading the syllabus night, I think we got through that. Now I can get into some of the more exciting things. So what I'm gonna do is ask my colleague, let's see here, Bill, Bill, I believe you're going to introduce our next guest, right?
Sure thing. So yeah, right now I'd be happy to invite John Chufo, the director of our County Grown in Monmouth program, to join us on screen.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Can you guys see me yet?
Not yet, John. Can hear you.
All right, hold on. There we
There you
go. Hello, everyone. Bill, good to see you. Matt, Rachel, Virginia, Dennis. I'm just looking to see who's on the panel. My name is John Chufo. I'm the County Executive Director of Economic Development and Director of the Grown in Monmouth program. Always have something with Grown in Monmouth on me. Actually, I just came in from Cream Ridge Experiment Station, where I was checking up on two projects that you saw on the slide from Bill. The movable high tunnel project, got a little windy out there, so we made a little adjustments to the plastic. And the hazelnut project, where I had to have a talk with a few deer that were eyeing jumping over the fence. But that's not why I'm here tonight to talk to you. I'm here to talk to you about Grown in Monmouth. It's a program we started about 4 years ago to retain and grow our agricultural industry and to work with our ag businesses as businesses. We developed the brand Grown in Monmouth, if you can see it, and our members are allowed to utilize that brand to help market their services and products, and we work with them one-on-one to do that. This time of year, we're working very closely with a lot of our growers who have what we call fun fall activities. If you go to growninmonmouth.com, you'll see a whole host, 11 of them, of special directories, and one is fall fun activities. We're also working with Rutgers in a different way. Rutgers formed a Cooperative Extension Agritourism working group, and what that group was able to do is come up with recommendations to help get our growers, I don't know if you can see it, help get our growers and growers throughout the state through this COVID period and still have those fun activities that you've come to love and look forward to this time of year. The hay rides, the pumpkin picking, the corn mazes, things like that. So far, it's been very successful. And I think in part through Rutgers Cooperative Extension for all the time that they put into it, our growers have a good guideline to keep everyone healthy and safe and have a good time. So if you go to growninmonmouth.com, you'll find more directories. Again, the other thing that we do, we love to partner with our extension partners. You heard Matt talk about some of those partnerships. 4-H, we absolutely love to sponsor some of their activities at the county fair. We also, Virginia, will reach out to us when she's having special programs, and we'll try to find them some Grown in Monmouth produce to use in their cooking programs. That's always fun for us to try to source whatever Virginia is cooking up. The Master Gardeners and Diane, fantastic group, so knowledgeable, such a pleasure to work with and to interact with. The Community Garden Tour, we try to lend a hand there with helping to market your tour and do some signage. And every year your tour grows and grows, and that is just credit to you and all the Master Gardeners that are fantastic. Bill Errickson, and I'm surprised, Bill, you didn't put me up on your slide as a pest. We talk regularly, as I do with Dennis McNamara, to work with our growers. We're trying to help them with their business skills, but with Bill and Dennis and that team on board, as I call the dynamic duo, we're able to get them the technical help they need on farm, hands-on, immediately when they encounter certain issues, plus the knowledge. So again, the Grown in Monmouth team, myself, Erin Kinnaman, Dory Grimes, we love working with our partners at Rutgers Cooperative Extension. We enjoy your programs. You guys do a fabulous job. And Matt, I saw tonight Tractor Supply. You buy something from Tractor Supply, you get a donation to help support 4-H in the county. That's awesome. So I'm going to head Tractor Supply tomorrow. I never walk out of there without anything. So I'm looking forward to that.
John, as you say that, I'm really embarrassed. I'm the county 4-H agent, and I haven't even mentioned that it's National 4-H Week, which is part of the reason why TSC has their Clover Drive right now. So, oh boy, there's my bonus points there. John, I would love to share the Grown in Monmouth video. Is that all right if I share that with everyone here tonight?
Yes, so recently at one of our pick your own orchards, Eastmont Orchards in Colts Neck, Field Director Arnone and Field DeBurry went out just to do a little promo for the Grown in Monmouth program. And Matt, if you would like to roll that, that'd be fantastic. It was a dark night.
Actually, wrong video, John. Give me 1 second here. If you'll talk just a little longer and I'll get it queued up. Sorry about that.
Sure. So, you know, one of the other things that we're proud of, if you go to any of the ShopRites in Monmouth County, they're owned by the Saker family. And Saker ShopRite became a member in our first year, along with Lou Divino Greenhouses out in Millstone. So those products you'll find Grown in Monmouth. You'll see the sign on a lot of the products are in all the Saker ShopRites, but it goes beyond that. Lou Divino Greenhouses actually supplies retail stores outside of the ShopRite chain, all the way up to Nyack, New York. So for us, we actually have the brand introduced in areas where we're not sure they know what Monmouth County is. So it's a good challenge for us to try to educate those folks how quality ag products do come out of Monmouth County.
And I think I see what my problem was. Thank you, John. Thank you for that. I jumped ahead. I believe, Bill, are you at a place where you can share the screen? Sorry about that, Bill.
I can go ahead and share the Grown in Monmouth directory map, but I do not have any videos queued up on my machine.
Okay.
So,
John, actually, if you'll talk 1 more minute, I will queue that up. I'm so sorry.
No problem. I talk for as long as you'd like me to. The other thing that we're very proud of is we work not only with the youth from 4-H, but also the FFA. As Matt said, we are committed and understand that youth, that's our future. Oh, I hear him.
Yeah,
I hear him.
Just to, what do we say in 4-H? Learn by doing, right? So we just need to do more of these sessions and we will all become like Zoom experts, right?
There you go.
Thank you, John, for your patience. Thank you, everyone, for all your patience. So let's try this for real this time.
Fall is one of the best times to visit our area and enjoy the outdoors. Good afternoon. I'm here with freeholder Lillian Barry. I'm freeholder director Tom Arnone. You may have heard about our Grown in Monmouth program, but in case you haven't, let me explain. Our agriculture industry here in Monmouth County is a vital part of our economy to showcase our growers and their fresh produce, as well as family fun activities on their farms.
This is apple picking season, so don't miss the opportunity. While many things have certainly changed over the decades, there is one thing that remains the same, and that's the high quality of apples we're able to pick here at all our Grown in Monmouth member businesses.
Not only is it a great time, but you also get a healthy adventure when you come to by picking the apples. To see where you can pick your own apples, pumpkins, and for all fun activities at our farms, visit www.growninmonmouth.com.
Fantastic. So that's a quick overview of the Grown in Monmouth program. Again, if you go to growninmonmouth.com, you'll find what Bill was alluding to, the homepage for the
We did something different than any other county did, and we started talking about how we...
I'll learn it someday. I'll learn someday, John. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So again, our absolute pleasure to be here to take part in this. And Rachel, we're looking forward to doing more with your programs as well. Again, hats off to Monmouth County Cooperative Extension. Matt, your team's incredible. You do a lot of fantastic work, and I know you guys haven't stopped. The pandemic hasn't slowed you down. You just pivoted, as you say, and you move on and continue to deliver the programs. And we're fortunate to have you guys in our county, so thank you.
Well, John, we're fortunate to have community partners such as yourself. So thank you, and thank you for all your continued support. Like I shared in one of our earlier slides, teamwork makes the dream work. And I believe that here in Monmouth County, we really do have something special. So that is probably an appropriate segue. Bill is sharing his screen and what we see. And Bill, I'll invite you to speak with the foundation knowledge you have to this. I believe it's a map of some of the different greenhouses and nurseries that we have here in Monmouth County that our participants here tonight can visit, correct?
yes, Matt. So this is the So this is the Grown in Monmouth website, and this is their directory. And so you can search by the different tabs up top, as John was mentioning. So fall fun activities, all of our different agritourism farms, and you can see on the map to see where they're located, who's closest to your house. When you click on a farm, we've got Bullock Farms here. It takes you, you can find a link to their website or their Facebook page. So this is a great resource we have, and it can also help you find anything there that you're looking for throughout the season. So nurseries and garden centers, if you're looking for farms that run a CSA or a farmer's market, you just click the tabs at the top and it will show you on the map and give you links to any of the websites available.
Exactly, and there's a search engine called the Searchable Online Directory, we refer to as SOD. So when you go above that, you can search by municipality, you can search by product that you're looking for. If you know a farm name or grower's name, you can put in that directory as well. And this way, there's many ways to find growers. And if you can't find something you're looking for, you can call our office, you can call Bill, you can call Matt, you can call any one of these team members, and we'll make sure that you find what you need. So thank you again.
All right, thank you. And what are one of the things that we've gone ahead and done is Dennis McNamara, our agricultural associate, he went around and he actually videotaped some of those local orchards that Bill was mentioning. So Bill, I'm going to share my screen. I think this time I've really got it. I think I've got it ready. So this is you know, this is better than Seinfeld. Everyone should watch this. Let's see here. So I'm gonna mute this and I'm gonna let Bill go ahead and speak to some of the images that we're seeing here.
Thanks, Matt. So yeah, our agricultural program associate, Dennis McNamara, went and recorded some virtual farm tours just to give you a little taste of some of the activities that we have going on in Monmouth County. And you can find some really unique fall harvest products that were grown right here. So you can get these things right from the farm. So here we're looking at Casola Farms. This is in Homedale, and they have farm animals to visit, hay rides. They have a 5-acre corn maze, many different varieties of pumpkins. If you're familiar with this farm, they also operate a world-class nursery, field-grown nursery stock, and they operate Fox Hollow Vineyard. So they have wine tastings, something for the whole family there. Really nice operation. And so this is somewhere you can go and visit, bring the whole family. Anything that you're looking for the fall, check out their corn maze. Next, we take a visit to Oak Hill Farm. This is also in Homedale. And we've got pick your own pumpkin patch available and many different farm harvest workshops as well. So they have an autumn wreath making workshop. They have several different animals on the farm, and one of these animal types are alpacas, and they have an event, alpaca lunch, as in alpaca lunch, or goat yoga. Next, we have Happy Day Farm in Manalapan, and you may have seen the signs for the corn cannon or the pumpkin blaster. We've got the giant spider web, pig races, hay rides, plenty of animals to feed here. Great memories made for the family here. So it's a really nice family operation right in Manalapan. This is Happy Day Farm. And then also last stop in Manalapan that we have for tonight is the Red Wagon Farm Market. So this is a 100-acre family farm. It actually has the largest pick your own pumpkin patch in the Garden State, and it's right here in Monmouth County. They've got a corn maze, all kinds of pumpkins, all the crazy gourds. So great fun time for the family, easy access. So I encourage you to visit all of our farms in the county. And also, if you are interested in sharing videos of your community garden or your farms, get in touch with myself or with Dennis, and because we want to really showcase and highlight some of the great agricultural production and innovation that's happening in the county. So we want to share that, and we're proud of that. And that's how we learned too from some of the practices that we observe in the field. So get in touch with us about that. We can help you out. So thank you.
Some really good information. And before I know you're our next person to speak with the COVID safety when visiting some of these farms. I do have to interject here real quick. I know some of our attendees tonight are from 4-H world, and I take umbrage, sir, with your comment about alpaca lunch. The lame jokes are my territory.
Sorry, Matt.
Mind your turf. Okay. Thank you. No, thank you, Bill. That was great. So our next part here tonight is you'll give us a brief tutorial about some of the safety considerations as we think about the pandemic that we're in.
Absolutely. So this is just a brief slideshow with some of the guidelines to stay safe and to stay healthy when we're visiting farms this season. So with COVID-19, things have changed, and our farmers are still operating, and they've gone to great lengths to keep everyone safe and healthy while enjoying the farm experience. So these are just some things to do that you can do to keep yourself and your neighbors and your family healthy and safe. And so what we're looking at here, this is Holland Ridge Farm. This is right in Cream Ridge, and you may have heard of them for their spectacular tulips in the past, but they also do fall festivals, including this sunflower festival. So that farm is amazing. So first step, know before you go. So I mentioned Happy Day Farm before. That's who we're seeing here in the picture. Great activities, but you want to check on the website. Call ahead. Farms are having limited capacity in some cases, and they're selling tickets, and they might be sold out for that particular weekend. And so this is trying to limit the amount of people who are on the farm or in the building at one time to keep social distancing in place. So check the guidelines of the farm, give them a call, and familiarize yourself with any current CDC or guidelines or governor's executive orders. So stay safe and check with the farm, at least check their website or Facebook page before proceeding out. Also, want to make sure that you're only going if you're healthy. So you want to stay safe, you want to prevent yourself from infecting other people or transmitting this disease. So if you have a fever, sore throat, cough, tired, achy, you're not feeling right, even if you're not sure, it's better to just stay home and go, when you're feeling healthy, when keeping everybody safe. So if you feel sick, just please stay home. And that's a sort of self-check, self-regulation on there. And we had seen the video from apple picking at Eastmont Orchards, so you saw how enjoyable that can be. It's very satisfying to pick a ripe, fresh, perfect apple off the tree. And at Eastmont Orchards, their trees are loaded right now, so apple picking is going to be great this year. You also may see signs up at a farm, and please, follow any rules that the farm has posted. So Rutgers worked to develop guidelines and to communicate to the farmers what ways that they can still operate and reduce the spread of COVID-19. So they've put up signs, they've spent money and labor to keep everyone safe. So please obey any signs, any rules or guidelines that they have put in place. Please abide by those. And just, remember, we're all in this together. So if it seems frustrating or difficult, just be respectful, be patient. We're healthy. We're grateful to be outside and to be enjoying this weather and to be sharing this farm. So just be respectful, follow all the rules on the farm. Also, we're familiar with social distancing now. So corn maze is a great place to go and social distance yourself, but whether you're inside or outside, try to keep 6 feet apart from others who are not in your direct household family. And this is Bullock Farms over in Cream Ridge. They've got a great corn maze, good place to go and social distance. Wearing your mask when you visit the farm is important. Going to protect yourself, protect other visitors, and protect the farm workers who are there every day to try and give you a great agritourism experience. This is Cody Parker from Drop the Beat Farms, and Cody does aquaponics and hydroponic operations. He brings these systems to schools. He won awards for his farm to school programs. And so whereas Cody does not necessarily have an agritourism site, he can bring the farm to your school or to your household. So he can bring that right in for you in the fall. So he's a great young farmer. I encourage you to get in touch with him. Drop the Beat Farms. Some farms are going to have wash stations set up. They might not look like the sink that you would see in your home or in a fancy hotel, but they are effective if done properly with antibacterial soap. So you'll see these hand washing outdoor stations set up. Utilize those. Hand sanitizer may also be provided at the farm. Bring your own hand sanitizer as well. And this sanitizer that we're seeing here, this was made by Pleasant Valley Lavender Farm. So it's one of our Monmouth County growers. It's a lavender operation doing pick your own lavender and lavender products. So the lavender season is past its peak. It's in the summer, but they're helping out to reduce the spread of COVID-19 by using that to produce hand sanitizer on site. And have fun, be safe, stay healthy, have fun. There's many fun things to do in Monmouth County and in the state of New Jersey this time of year. So do them with safety and health in mind, and we'll have a great time. Thank you.
And thank you, Bill. So we are, I kind of suspected we might go a little overtime, but at the same time, I'm actually really impressed that we've stuck as good to our time frame here as we have. It's 8:01. So we are a little past 8. I hope that you'll all stick around for just a little bit longer. There's just a few more things we want to go over here tonight. So I want our fellow departments to be on the ready to give a real brief overview of what's to come. So this is the first part of a 4-part series. Every Wednesday in October, again, of course, starting here tonight, October 7th, but then continuing October 14th, and October 21st, and October 28th. The various departments here of the Monmouth Rutgers Cooperative Extension Office are going to lead programs and sessions in this Bringing Home the Harvest series. I'm going to first speak to what you can, what's in store for the 4-H portion, which is, though 4-H is providing leadership of this night, it's not necessarily going to be just 4-H focus. It's family focus. So people of all ages can participate. What we will be doing is we're going to, let's see here, October 28th, our night's going to feature recipes surrounded around the harvest theme, activities that families can do together, bringing the season into your home. So how can you get your home to be very festive and maybe ready for the harvest season? So that's what you can look forward to on the 28th. Let's see here. Rachel, will you share with everyone what they can expect your night?
Sure. So my night is, generally focused on health and nutrition. It will be next week, the 14th. So we're talking about the different nutritional aspects of different harvest foods, maybe bringing in basically the farm to table aspect. So you're going to hopefully go out and visit some of these agritourism places and go get some of those items and really be able to see how you can use them in the home. We're going to have some fun activities for young children. And as I said, kind of go throughout the ideals of nutritional aspects of what foods we should be putting into our bodies and what's healthiest for us.
All right, thank you, Rachel. And I believe, Bill, go ahead and unmute yourself. And what do we have in store, Ag Night?
So for Ag Night, we have, let's see. I have a slide for you. Okay, so coming up for Ag Night, we have, this is going to be October 21st. So our department, along with the Master Gardeners of Monmouth County, we've got a few brief programs: sweater weather, keep calm and garden on, fall container gardens, and then we're going to have a visit by Dr. Douglas Zemeckis, our Monmouth County Extension Agent in Fisheries, and he's going to talk about some fall fishing opportunities in Monmouth County and the status of our fisheries. So be all of those things and more. Please join us.
Awesome, awesome. So for all of you on here tonight, we hope that you come back again. It's not too late. If you have friends, if there's people in your network that you feel could get something out of this, invite them to attend our next session. We would love to have them. So because this is a Rutgers program and because we want to make sure that we're doing the best we can to address the needs of you, we want some feedback. So you have different ways to share your feedback. I am going to, I believe and hope, yep, I'm going to launch a poll. So for those of you that are joining us tonight on a computer or a laptop, you should see it right on your screen. We have encountered some issues. If you're coming in tonight via like a cell phone or a tablet, you might not see it. But if you would please take a moment, complete the poll, but also know that there are 6 questions. So you will have to scroll down to answer all those questions. And again, just provides us some feedback. It helps us know how we're doing. If you have more qualitative information or quantitative, qualitative, I was right, qualitative information that you would like to share, knowing that it is going to be in a public forum, you're more than invited to put any of your comments, your suggestions, any of your thoughts into the chat pod. Or if you want to, earlier or throughout the evening, we've also provided our contact information. We would love to hear from you. We would love to hear your thoughts, your suggestions. You know, as I shared earlier in 4-H World, how to make the best better. So again, if you'll just take a moment, I see that 31%, it keeps track of who all is doing this. So 36% of you have taken the poll. So again, if you would just please take a moment to do that. Again, if you have any thoughts or comments that you feel comfortable sharing publicly, you can put that in the chat pod. As you're doing that, I just want to thank all of you for joining us, but I'd also like to thank my friends and colleagues here from the Rutgers Cooperative Extension Office of Monmouth County for everything they did to make this happen. Again, I think I shared this earlier, we didn't ask for this. None of us asked to be in a global pandemic, but we want to do everything we can to still be there for you. Whether it's through agricultural, natural resource programs, Master Gardener programs, FCHS programs, or 4-H programs, we want to continue to be there for the residents of Monmouth County and beyond. So again, I'll leave the poll open for a few more seconds here. Please, please, please take the time to do that. Otherwise, our program here tonight is done. Again, I hope to see all of you back here next week, October 14th. Otherwise, take care. As I log off on my 4-H programs, be kind to yourself, and be kind to others. Take care, everyone. Have a nice night. Jane wants a joke. All right, well, Jane, you know, the ocean, what is it, like 15 miles that away? So now, and I'm sorry, for those of you that stuck around, you got to stick through this then too. You know, Jane, you know, the seagulls, they like to hang out at the sea, but do you know why you'll never see a seagull at the bay? Well, because then it would be a bagel. Wah, wah, wah. All right, on that note, we're done. Have a nice night, everyone. Take care. Be well.